is going to be yes, thank you, Michaela. So in case you don't want to appear on the screen, please turn off your camera and feel free to also change your name if you want to stay anonymous. My name is Dea. I'm project officer at All Digital, and I'll be your host of today's webinar. And today with me we have our guest speaker Manolo, whom I will soon give the floor to tell you more about actually our topic of today. So before we delve into that, I will just share a couple of words with you. This webinar is a part of the Let's Talk About GenAI webinar series. Like I said, this is the third webinar in our series. We will have 3 more webinars coming in the next months. And these webinars are organized by All Digital. So for those of you who don't know us yet, and I can see many familiar names also from the courses and from other webinars, but just in case if you don't know us yet, All Digital is a leading pan-European based association, and we currently represent over 100 member organizations all across Europe. These members work with many organizations on enhancing digital skills and competences. So we represent digital education stakeholders, such as digital competence centers, adult education centers, libraries, and their networks across Europe, where young people, but also adult learners, can access training and support to improve their digital skills and to also gain new skills and new knowledge. In all our activities, we focus on different areas, starting from basic digital skills, then moving on to advanced digital skills, digital media literacy, STEM and STEAM skills society, and digital cultural heritage. And all of these focus areas are also seen in the projects where we are involved in and where we are working on. So we have a big portfolio of projects actually, but today our focus is on 2 of them. The first one is the All Digital Academy project, which is actually the whole platform where the GenAI Edu courses are as well. So All Digital Academy is an EU-funded project which aims to support adult educators and trainers by offering upskilling training activities on emerging digital technologies. At the beginning, ADA started as a training on, well, we offered 2 different courses, one of them on AI, so as an introduction to the artificial intelligence, and the other one on Internet of Things. But in the last months, this offer has grown. So at the moment, we also have a course on DigComp. We also have the course on generative AI, and soon we will have a course on digital inclusion. In the coming months and coming years, this offer is also going to be enriched and enlarged as well. So then moving on to the GenAI Edu. This project has received support from Microsoft as a result of many years of our collaboration. And as the name suggests, it focuses on the generative AI in education. This project is offering 7 courses, which are all launched one after another. So for now, if you go on the All Digital Academy platform, you will see 5 courses available. The 6th one is coming actually at the end of this week, so on the 27th of April, and the 7th one is going to follow very soon. As a part of the course, we are also organizing online workshops, which are only for the course participants, where we go more in depth into the concepts of the course, and each of the workshops is following each course. And we also offer the webinar series, which is the webinar where you are all today, which are open to general public. So the main idea behind these webinars is to engage in a discussion with experts in the field to actually show some concrete examples of how generative AI and AI can be used in education. And our focus of today is exploring personalized learning with AI. And for this, we have invited Manolo Remiddi as our guest speaker. So Manolo, I give the floor to you. Would you like to say a few words to introduce yourself, and then I just give everything to you?
I'm muted. I'm
Yes.
gonna start sharing the screen. And about me, sorry, it's not here, it's not here. It's the wrong one. Yeah. Okay, so first of all, welcome to everybody to come here. And About me, it's I mean, all you need to know is that I come from fine art. I study music, photography, all creative, and I've been creative all my life, but always dreaming about technology and robots and AI since I was little. So it was kind of natural when AI was become available to start using it on everything. So I start my own blog, start researching, learning, and start developing AI chatbot. And so you can find me here on manoloremiddi.com if you want to know more. So today at the webinar, we are going to look into Clock Journey AI, which is an AI chatbot that I developed for Clock. And then we are gonna, through this look at Clock Journey AI, we're gonna see personalize, how AI can be used for personalized learning. After that, we are gonna have a quick look at some free tools that you can start using today, because I find it's really important for everyone to start interacting with the AI as soon as possible and see the possibilities and see the limits as well. And also, I'm going to share a link for where you can start developing your own chatbot if you're interested. I would like to leave a lot of space for a Q&A, and so we can discuss and I can answer some of your questions. During the presentation, you will see there are some red text, which is my attempt to be transparent and honest with you. Resistance is futile, and so let's move forward. Okay, so what is Clock Journey AI? I asked ChatGPT, and the answer was Clock Journey AI is an experimental AI chatbot designed to tailor educational group experiences to individual learners' profiles. So I was like, what is this? I couldn't, but if you read it a few times, then start to make sense. I'm a visual person, so I create an image that explains a little bit better. So this is me, and this is the AI chatbot. It's really experimental, but at the end, the interface is really communicating like with a human. Okay, the goal of this AI is to create a custom experience for a specific group. To do that, the AI needs to know some information about the group. So by getting this information can then generate an experience that is perfect for that group. And this is Clock Journey AI has been designed and developed using the clock framework. So I'm going to explain a little bit what is clock, so hopefully make more sense. I go here, the clock website. Clock is what it does is making invisible skills visible and valued. Okay, well, it's basically it takes professional people and map their knowledge over a qualification. They run up to from level 4, level 5, level 7, and level 8, basically from college to PhD. And what they start doing is they wanted to develop their level 1 and 2. And that means working with primary and secondary school. That's create a new, there is a difference process, new challenges, but also opportunities. So at that age, they don't have work experience or many experience at all, but also they are still developing their character. Okay, so they learn by doing things, they learn through experiences. So I joined Clock. The project was called at that time Clock for Kids. I joined them and start see how I can actually help them out. And for me, it became kind of clear that AI could really be beneficial. So, and why AI would be interesting to use is because it has some unique capabilities. So it can adapt, can really create personalized experience. We will see everything through actually the demo. So keep in mind that everything is written here because you will see these applied. So real-time response, processing complex and large data, interactivity, and work in any language. This is also an incredible feature of AI. So almost any AI, you can exchange information with them in your favorite language. And I didn't add, but for me, it's a really big point. Is I find it fun to work in this way. So before I begin to share this chatbot, I want to make clear that this chatbot creates extensive responses. And that means we can't spend the webinar reading everything that replies, but we're gonna just look at the quality, I mean, some points that the response to understand the logic. But then I'm gonna share at this website, on this link, I'm gonna share the full discussion we're gonna have with the chatbot, so you can go back there and read and understand the quality of the output they produce. And we will also see the difference when, a casual use between, difference between someone that uses it casually, so someone that is not a prompt engineer, and when it's used by a prompt engineer. I'm gonna be me, so I'm gonna pretend not to be a prompt engineer. Okay, let's start. So if we go here, so this is Clock Journey AI. At the moment, Clock Journey AI runs on top on OpenAI. Okay, and if you have like a plus account, so the pay account, it's possible that you can create custom GPTs. Okay, so I use OpenAI to create this custom GPT. And how it works, you just press assist me in design a group experience. You click here, and AI is gonna it's disappear. Oh no, it's here. So of course, it's delighted to help out, and it's asking me to fill this form. Click on the form. Let's zoom in a bit. 150. So what it does is asking me information for each candidate, and it's also giving me an example of what it's looking for. And of course, you can add even more information, but also information about the tutor. And if you have more than one, you can add them. About if they are like young people, you can also add the parents. The goals are objective if you have it for the experience, but also the duration and the location. So I'm not gonna fill this form myself, but I'm gonna copy this, all these details, and provide it to the ChatGPT competitors. I'm gonna ask, please, can you fill this form by generating some personas. Hopefully it's gonna do it. So I'm asking another how do you call it, AI to generate for me these personas. Okay, so at the moment for the candidate is that was a mistake. I wanted to say the numbers at the age group. At the moment is a big difference, but maybe it's fine. So we have Lucas, 14 years old. Background, Lucas is mixed heritage, European and Latin American. Some interest in history, and want to see, okay. So as a special needs requirement, Lucas has ADHD and a few more other things. Level 7, so 7 years old, Sophia, Gene 22. Each one of them, we have some characteristic. Okay, let's take it like it is. So I forgot to ask actually that I wanted to say the age group should be, I don't know, whatever. We could decide a range that is more present in a school. Those are really different age group. But let's challenge ourselves and use this. So I'm gonna give the information. But I'm gonna also say that is 2 weeks long and 3 days a week and 2 hours per day. Because I don't think it gave any information, and yeah, that's it. So let's see what it does. Thank you for sharing detailed information about the participants. Okay, you're welcome. It's going slowly. So we are using ChatGPT 4, therefore we have a little bit slower writing speed than if you use ChatGPT 3.5, but this is a higher, more intelligent model. So now what it's gonna do is it's gonna give us three suggestions of a custom experience for their specific group. Okay, ancient civilization and social justice forum is one of the idea, and tells us what kind of activities. Then natural and science exploration camp, that is interesting as well. And then hopefully it's not gonna, yes. And then medical science mentorship program. Wow. Okay, let's say, for example, I don't like them, so I'm gonna just ask, please suggest the two more ideas when it stops doing it. So this is how you can interact. Okay, I interact like I'm working with someone. So hopefully it's gonna go a little bit faster, but let's say I'm not happy about those one. I can ask more and see, even though maybe the medical science mentorship program could be an interesting one. Okay, let's see. Digital storytelling and environmental science workshop. I like this more. And it also is taking consideration, the different needs and the different elements within the group, interest and so on. And this one, interactive biomedical. What's this? Maybe there's one of the student, one of the candidate is into medicine. I have no idea about medicine, so I'm gonna go for this one. So I'm gonna say, okay, thank you. I really like the digital storytelling and environmental science workshop. So what it's gonna do now is gonna go more into details within this group experience. Great choice. The digital storytelling environment workshop is a fantastic way to combine creativity with environmental awareness and so on. Digital storytelling environment here, duration, objective, week 1, session 1, session 2. So it's gonna go really into details about everything that needs to be done. Okay, but also you see it's gonna take in consideration each character, each persona. So icebreaking activity for encourage Sophia to share interest and fall into and so on. But okay, sorry, I just try to read and find. Okay, so what is giving us a really detailed explanation about what's going on. But let's say I'm not gonna allow to keep writing. Gonna stop it. Okay, but let's say that I want even more information for our session 1. Okay, can you please provide more details about session 1? And even with my broken English, is understanding completely what what I want to achieve. So here is providing more details about how it's gonna work this session 1. Okay, now we can keep interacting and say, for example, and can you tell me, actually, can you rate 1 to 100 how challenging and fun is this workshop for each of the candidates. Didn't workshop. Okay. So while we're waiting, so we can see how the session could be work and all the details. So this can be a really fast and solid way to create a custom experience for that group, which if we would do as a human will take a long time. Now we have only 3 people to make it short. But think about you have a class of 20 people, I don't know, groups or 3 groups of 10 people. So there's a lot of thinking to be done, a lot of work to be done to create a custom experience for each of the groups. So I'm just improvising. I'm just curious how challenging and fun can be this workshop for the candidates. So AI will take in consideration their ability, their skills, their age, and so on, their interest, and somehow try to see how challenging will be for them to work in this experience and how fun it would be. So it's 70 it's it's a good number, but it's well balanced with the level of fun. Okay, Sophia loves nature, drawing animals and plants. Okay, challenging 60 and fun 90. Okay, she's gonna love it. Jean, age of 22, biology practitioner. Part time 50, challenge 50. Okay, it doesn't look like really challenging. So I'm gonna say, okay, thank you. I'd like to make Jean experience more challenging. Please take it to level 75 to meet the other. Okay, to level 75. So what it's going to do now is updating the contribution that Jean has to the group and to this experience to be more challenging. Okay, and this is a way to, I mean, in this case, I just wanted to make a challenge without explaining why. But let's say that maybe one of the students is not feeling well. Okay, it's not 100% there. Then maybe you say, okay, for Lucas, 70 is going to be too much because it's just recovering from a flu, whatever. You can say to this AI, please bring it down to maybe 40, make it more, I mean, the fun level is huge already and just take it down to level 40, okay? And or maybe you want to challenge someone more. And here explaining how this can be achieved. Okay, so now you saw how I didn't use any special expertise. I really just chat with this chatbot. Okay, I'm just asking things. It just guiding me to the process to create this custom experience. And so far so good. I mean, what we can see in a really short time, the quality and the attention of details is there. Like I said, I'm gonna share this whole chat in later on, so you can actually have a look and read in details and fully understand how much care he put in following the needs and the strengths of these candidates. And to be honest, I never done with a group that was so divided in age. So I'm not totally sure about what's created, but usually it's really clever in utilizing their skills and so on. And all of this applied with the clock framework. Okay, so the clock framework means, in this case, is also attention with diversity and inclusion, in critical thinking, creative thinking, and peer learning, peer-to-peer learning. So there is a lot of attention also to the method, the framework that needs to follow. So it did an amazing long output. And let's say, okay, we are happy. What we can now do, copy all the data and then create uh, our experience for them. So let's now have just a quick look on, let's start again and have a quick look how would be different if a prompt engineer used this chatbot. So by prompt engineer, we mean someone that can talk with AI in a way that is as an expert, okay, asking more precise information about what the output should be. Okay, so again, it's asking me to fill the form, but we're not going to fill again. We are going to use the same group of people, so we don't need to learn anything more. But we're going to add at the end, sorry, let's make it this time just 1 week, 2 weeks long, 1 day per week, 3 hours per day. Okay, so it should be a little bit shorter. And sorry, it's not here. It's just looking for the right window. Sorry, it's here. So here I saved, this is the guide that I give to the people that are using this clock journey AI. In here, there is a prompt that they can add at the end upon receiving the complete form. So you put basically at the end of the form, and what it does is asking for 3 specific experiences, where it's challenging the AI to be really good in creating those experiences. And the last one is also say this final suggestion should be a strong contender to the others. So it's kind of putting these 3 experiences competing to each other to be the best they can be. Okay, so now I'm gonna copy this and add, no, and add at the bottom of, sorry, okay, at the bottom of here. So this is what a prompt engineer would do. Be asked more specific on the output and the quality of the content. So it's gonna think, and thank you for providing detailed information about the participants. And so while we're waiting for the answer, let's look at the follow-up prompt. Again, I'm gonna lose it. No, it's here. So now after you give us the information, again, we're gonna say which of the idea we like. But this time we are gonna ask to provide detailed description to guide the mentor, but also describe in detail the role of each candidate. So we are just gonna force the AI, even though it does this, but we are gonna force the AI to give, for sure, provide those information. Okay, even though this AI has been trained to work in a specific way, sometimes it's good to keep reminding to stay within some parameters that are the parameters that for us are important. You see, now in this case, we have more details about each of the candidates' contribution to the experience. Let's have a quick look at what they suggest. Historical and scientific discovery trail, creative, creative, I can't say anyway this word now, creates tech science workshop and eco-medical adventure. Okay, he loves this medical stuff. But anyway, let's say, so we paste this prompt and let's take one of these workshop, for example. Okay, I will add it here. And again, I'm gonna paste this result so you will be able to have a look and check it properly. And so anyway, you got the idea. Now he is gonna write all the things, and I also suggest a few prompts. Let's say you don't like, suggest three more, and so on. So the interaction, it can be really free, like we did the first time, but can also be guided by a specific prompt to help the teacher that is using this AI to get the best out of it. Okay, these prompt engineering skills is something that everyone needs to develop. And by using AI, we all gonna improve in the conversation with AI to achieve the output that we need. So there is this saying that garbage in, garbage out. So if you gave garbage to the AI, your output is gonna be garbage. Okay. In truth, a lot can be improved with AI. For example, this specific prompt can be embedded inside the AI. So every time that I ask create three experience, it knows that it should do this kind of competitive creation uh, of experiences. So for now, I would like to go back to the presentation if I find it. Sorry, I lost it. Sorry if it's going like, I think it's this one. All right. So I hope that was more or less giving you an idea of what how AI can be used to create custom experience for the different needs of the students. What I'd like I said at the beginning, I would like to share you some tools. You can find them under this website. There's under this link. I'm gonna share the link, the page here so you can see it. So on this page, you will find the presentation that I've been doing, and also 3 free AI tools that run powered by ChatGPT that you can start using just to start interacting. Okay, so this first AI simplify complex topic. For example, can you please explain? I can't type explain how quantum physics works, and it's gonna start chatting and explain this. So this can be useful for both students, but also teachers that they might need to explain something. I could have said, for example, can you please explain how quantum physics works as if I was 5 years old? Okay, so you can even select the target that you want the explanation be. And so this is one, this is another AI. You press start and it's gonna guide you in creating curriculum. So kind of a lesson plan. So set the subject and so on, and it's gonna quantum physics, and it's gonna help you through a series of questions. Basically, understand that now it's gonna ask you for identify the audience. So is a primary, secondary, college, university, or whatever, and so on. And then there is this other AI that I love it because this one it generates musical, and this is really good for those primary, secondary school where at the end of the year they maybe have the class organizing like I don't know 10, 20 minutes performance where they can create the musical. This AI is designed to be used both for teachers but also for students. Okay, you can again press start, but let's say I'm Italian, I'm Italian. I'm gonna say okay, inizia. Sorry, I didn't write. Okay, inizia. So I'm gonna say basically start by in Italian, and hopefully, fantastico. So it's gonna start talking to me in Italian, and you can carry on the conversation in your language if you prefer. So again, it's asking for a few information, tell you provide this information, it's going to generate this musical for you. When you got the musical, you can say, for example, okay, write the lyrics for this song and so on. And another thing that I'd like you to test is if let's say that you want to create, you have your own idea, you feel like experimenting, you can create your own ChatGPT, like those ones you have here, those chatbots. You go here and you can start for free. And like I said, I'm gonna copy and paste the discussion we had with AI today underneath here. If I find my presentation again, this is my favorite slide. Please raise your hand if you have any question.
We have received a question in the chat actually, when you were talking about prompt engineers. So the question is, how can we become prompt engineers? So what skills are needed? Perhaps that also goes with what skills are needed for the AI-driven society.
Okay, so first of all, I not just because I want to promote my website, but you will find a lot of resources under the blog. Go here and maybe type a prompt, and you will have a lot of articles mastering prompt engineering. So this is a good starting point. I also wrote together with AI a couple of ebooks, essentially books. One of this starting as a prompt engineer, and this other is more advanced. This is a good way to do it. And but the most important thing is start talking with the AI. Okay, so if you start using AI and you start reading those blog posts that I said, this couple of this is everything is free here. Okay, and it's a really good start because you go. First of all, you start gathering experience in collaborating with AI, but also you have some how do you call it? Some examples. I think it was this one. Let me see if it was this one. This one, there is an example from, yes, this prompt is being written by someone from Microsoft. Okay, so these really professional prompt engineers show how a good prompt is being written. And on this article, there is analyzing this prompt, okay, the structure, the clarity, and so on. So by using it and by understanding how AI works, and read some examples that are full, but I mean, my website is full of this because this is how I learned. Okay, I learned by doing it. So every blog post, going back here, every blog post is co-written with AI. So for me, is to create this blog, to explain these things, I had to create a prompt. Okay, and that's how you learn. It's really, I believe in learning by doing, having some examples, and following a guide when it's possible. And not because I want to promote myself, but actually I do. I also provide lessons, boot camps, and AI for education stuff. Sorry, the question was in two parts. What are the skills needed? And what was the second part?
The second part is about the skills needed for the AI-driven society. So it also goes with learning by doing and continuous professional development. But
Yes.
what do you see as a crucial point there?
So one aspect where we can, I mean, it's it's a clear way to address this problem. Okay, so if AI can do a better job than you, probably AI is the person to hire, right? So when you have an output from AI, like we saw with in this case, okay, so we have an output. If we are not able to improve on this, it's kind of means that we are not that useful. Okay, we are not relevant anymore. So you can measure your relevance in your work by honestly checking this. How can I improve this? Can I do a better job than this? Okay, so now in this particular case, AI, what AI does is amazing and really complex. So we as a human, we can't really compete in creating an experience maybe for 20 different people, all of them with their needs and dreams. Okay, but what we can do in this scenario is be sure that AI is following our, for example, a framework, but also what it's suggesting is something that is correct for the group. Because AI has some bias inside, so can make some really wrong decision. And our role is going to turn from be the one that created those lesson for the students to be the one that delivered them, and we get sure that the content created by AI is suitable for our group. So critical thinking, analytical thinking are extremely important. And also communication. At the end, what we do with AI is communicating constantly as we would communicate with a human. So better we are as a communicators, better the output is going to be, but also means that we can advocate for what is important. This within the AI, but even for in society.
Yes, so we have received a few more questions actually, and you're touching a bit upon the second question in your answer right now. So the question is, what do you think? How will the teacher's role change with the AI in education? Will their role shift more towards facilitating and guiding students rather than preparing content?
Yes, I think, I mean, at the end, it should be an individual choice. Okay, in the sense, if you love creating content, why you should stop doing it? Okay, so I really believe that you should carry on doing what you love, but always use AI as an assistant to help you out. So, for example, when we create these initial interaction, we could give more information. So we might have already an idea about what the experience could be. Okay, so we can still be creative in proposing the experience. We could even give a range of experience, and then AI is gonna just manage the how to customize it for this specific group. Also, you were asking about, sorry, I should have brought down what you said. It was one is the role of AI, oh, sorry, of the tutor. Yeah, it's going to shift in a sense. It can still be creative and create content, but it's going to be really important to be the person that add the human touch in the classroom. Okay, so it's I mean, my vision is gonna be that in the future, having human interaction is gonna be a sort of more luxury. Okay, so someone you want a real chef, you want a real teacher, kind of scenario. So I think as a guide, we'll always love to have a human. So for our kids, we will prefer to have a human as a teacher assisted by AI. And I don't see the case for anything that is going to be different from this in the sense just human teacher, no AI, or just AI. I think the combination of both is the ideal scenario from my point of view.
Mm. Yes, yes, indeed. So the next question is actually also linked with this. So in case you, as a teacher, you decide to use AI for personalized learning experience, are there some ethical considerations that you should have in mind when using AI to tailor learning experiences for students? I think this also touches upon the data privacy and where the data is stored and with whom we are sharing the data about students.
Yes, of course. Okay, no, don't share private data. That's the thing. Don't share ever private data. So, like I did, I mean, here they put the full name, but there was AI writing it. So you just need the name, okay, of the candidate. So don't need to share private data. There's really no need for this. So I would avoid as much as possible. What I want to show you is something that happened. Okay, so someone started asking to an AI to create some Barbies. So this one is created by AI. But then what's happening is they ask, can you create a Barbie, a German Barbie? And that she created a Nazi German Barbie. Okay, then there was, kind of creating stereotyping, but also was when they asked for, like, I think it was a Middle Eastern Barbie, and they put a shotgun in their hands. Okay, so AI can really go wrong massively. Okay, I'm invite you to read this blog post and watch this video. This is really, really interesting. So it's our job to check on the output of the AI. Okay, they can really do wrong completely. So it's if you see on the ChatGPT here on the bottom, if I can move this, okay, ChatGPT can make mistakes. Consider checking important information. Okay, so this is by default, they make mistakes, and it's us as a human always to check on what they create. So the ethical implementing, I mean, you can again on my blog, you will find a lot of things about ethics if you're interested in knowing. But yeah, it is a big challenge. This has become more and more the responsibility of the school, of the tutor, the prompt engineer, to be sure that what we create is ethically correct. But it's up to us, okay? Because at the end, for example, here they create images. Okay, it's up to us to create diversity and inclusion inside the images that they create. So having alien is my way. Any other questions?
I just wanted to add on that also in all of the Gen Edu courses, we also have this ethical consideration aspect cover there, so from multiple different perspectives as well. Okay, let me see the chat. Okay, this is not a question, but somebody's saying that they agree with you. We cannot ignore the potential of AI, but it is important to remember that it shouldn't and can't replace human interaction guidance in the classroom. If there are some other questions, feel free to write them in the chat, or feel free to unmute yourself. We still have a few more minutes for this.
I think one of at the beginning, someone was asking about, if I'm not wrong, about the how to deal with the students using AI. I think it was something like this. So this is my take. Okay, so I think we should make this a kind of, we should allow to use it, okay, because they need to become good at it, okay, but they should also make them honest, say, okay, I use AI and this is the prompt that I use. So the quality of the prompt become something that you as a teacher, you should help them developing and improving, and also judge on. Okay, so your prompt was too basic, okay, for what you were supposed to create. So I really believe that we should allow. It's also depend of the age group, let's say, but in general, I'm pro using AI, and the students should be transparent when they use it. We should be not us checking if we use it or not, because soon it's gonna be everybody's gonna use it in a way or another. Okay, they're gonna use it. How I'm gonna use, for example, even though I write my own essay, I will give it to AI and say, can you tell me how to improve this essay? Can you tell me how much I would score on this essay for a level 7, whatever course I'm doing? So AI can really be a really good tool for students to understand the quality of their work, to have suggestion on how to improve it, to have a little feedback on what they have been doing. So totally, I would go for, yes, let's use it. Let's be transparent when we use it. Let's learn how to use it properly. Let's see what can be good prompts that can resolve specific problems. So, for example, I need to write an essay. What I would do personally, I would just write the bullet point of what I want to include in this essay, give the bullet point to ChatGPT and say, okay, write the draft. I got the draft. I'm going to carry on interacting with ChatGPT and say, okay, I don't like this part. Can we change this? What would you suggest to improve on this draft? Can you score 1 to 100 at this draft? Is it good for a level 7, level 5, or whatever it is? Okay, so this is how people are going to use it. and we can't stop it. And soon we will not be able to recognize. I mean, we will recognize when we talk with them and say, wow, you write really well. You can't talk as well as you write. And this is another thing to consider. So this is another skill. Become good in communication means be able to talk about what you created with AI.
In our last webinar, actually, the speaker was also talking how we should not be scared of AI in a sense, like we should not run away from it, because like you were also saying, it is here and students are going to use it, and well, we're all going to interact with it in some way. So this also brings back the question about which skills are needed. So enhancing critical thinking and knowing how to interact with the AI tools,
Yeah.
instead of completely forbidding and pretending it doesn't exist and it's not here. All right. I don't see any other questions in the chat. I don't know if somebody thought about something else that you would like to say. We have 2 minutes left. If not, if everything was clear, that's also a good feedback. We also shared all the links in the chat, so you will find Manolo's website and all the tools that were shared as well there. And I would also like to share that this webinar series is going to continue. So on the 7th of May, we have a new webinar, which is going to focus on the use of AI when it comes to art and music education specifically. So also in the chat, we shared the link where you can register for the next webinar. And we will also update you with information about the upcoming webinars. If nobody wants to share anything else, thank you very much, Manolo. Thank you all for your participation. I think it was really interesting. I hope you all learned something new, and I hope it also encouraged you to explore some new tools. We hope to see you soon in our other webinars, and also hope to see you in the courses, which you also got the link before. Yeah, thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.